Africa Correspondent Arthur Davies Sikopo joins us live from Lusaka. Arthur, let's start with this clip that we've just played. I think it's important that we establish if this is in fact a verified, clip that was made by Brian Mundubile, and of course, just some of his utterances.
Indeed, when I got a note of that, I had to confirm the video, whether it is authentic or not, of course, with his team. And they have confirmed that, this particular video is authentic. And of course, they even shared a statement to that this is an authentic video, and what he's talking about there is indeed the true reflection of what they believe as a political party, NRPU, NRPUP, that has been participating in this particular election. So that is authentic, and of course, some of the things that he's talking about, some of us have noted, and even some election observers that have been on the ground have noted some of those concerns, such as issues to do with damage of properties at some point, a snatching of ballot papers in certain instances, and we've got videos of local election agents being moved away from rooms where they were counting these particular ballots in the night, and certain incidences that are not pleasing to a good electoral system. So some of the things that he's talking about, yes, I can confirm that I've seen some of those videos trending around, and people obviously are seeing that, and we're seeing
all right, Arthur, are you still with us? I know that the line is not as stable as we would like, but well, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
All right, Arthur, I want us to move to this. I'm seeing a number of reports saying that Zambia's Electoral Commission is saying that it has suspended counting and an announcement of election results with immediate effect. Can you corroborate that? And also, what does that mean essentially? All right, we seem to have lost Arthur. We'll try and see if we can get him back, but he is our correspondent on the ground in Lusaka, monitoring those developments for us. In fact, we are trying to get him back. So essentially, we are discussing that previous clip that we played for you from the opposition leader, Brian Mundubile, essentially the main opposition political party saying that it has won the majority of more than 8 million votes that were cast yesterday's national elections. Brian Mundubile, the president of the country's National Reconciliation Party for Unity and Prosperity, made that announcement during a video statement that was released this afternoon. And this morning, in fact, we played that 5-minute clip for you a little bit earlier on, also observing and making comments around some of the concerns that they have as a political party. Some of the content that we are seeing too on some of the predictions are showing how the opposition party is faring in a number of regions compared to Hakainde Hichilema, who really has his sights on a second term. So we'll continue then to have that discussion. All right, so we'll continue to speak to Arthur in a moment, but for now, let's take a quick break. Back soon.
Vue d'Afrique avec Joël Mouteba.
Dans notre segment dédié à la femme africaine, aujourd'hui, nous partons à la rencontre d'une artiste qui fait de la danse un véritable moyen d'expression. Elle nous rejoint en ligne depuis la République démocratique du Congo, Isabelle Amouli, danseuse contemporaine professionnelle depuis 3 ans. Elle évolue entre création en solo et travail collectif au sein de la compagnie Joua, qui a fait sa première apparition officielle samedi dernier en marge de la Journée mondiale de la danse. Isabelle s'est également illustrée sur scène, notamment au ADC Urban Festival. Elle est avec nous pour partager son parcours, son univers artistique et ses ambitions.
Je suis une danseuse contemporaine. J'ai dansé depuis 2014 et là, je dansais juste pour la famille, le fan et la bonne vibe. Et après, c'est à 2023 que j'ai décidé d'en faire une profession. Alors, j'ai décidé de danser pour aider aussi ma communauté.
Vue d'Afrique. Du lundi au vendredi de 15h à 16h, temps universel.
All right, let's continue then to engage our correspondent who is monitoring developments for us in Lusaka following Zambia's elections yesterday. Of course, Arthur, welcome back. We were talking about that clip that was played by the opposition, Brian Mundubile, announcing that Zambia's main opposition party has won the majority of more than the 8 million votes that were cast yesterday. Of course, you say that clip has been verified. And of course, we've unpacked a little bit of what he had to say. I'm also seeing reports that the Zambia's Electoral Commission is saying that it will it has stopped counting essentially, and it will review the suspension within 24 hours of that particular stand that it's taken. What do we know and what are you hearing about that?
Yes, we have those sentiments around, but as I speak, the Electoral Commission of Zambia is about to have a press briefing at the election results center, obviously, to give more details to those particular sentiments around. We have noted that is on the Copper Belt where we've noted of this particular suspension, but obviously the Electoral Commission of Zambia giving its daily updates will have to speak to that and tell the nation exactly what is obtaining in terms of them obviously holding on the counting and of course the tabulation of the results. Yes. So I must mention that.
No, continue,
yes.
Arthur. Continue.
Yeah, and I must mention that the Electoral Commission of Zambia mostly has been on the record to say that it is only them that have the mandate to officially announce these results. We've seen and we've seen a number of stories or congratulation messages flying around on social media. Mostly for members of parliament that contested in these particular seats. Yeah, but the Electoral Commission of Zambia has to make that final, say in terms of those election results.
I mean, some of the statements that was made in that video clip by Brian Mundubile saying that we've won the majority seats in Parliament at such an early stage. But back to Zambia's Electoral Commission, it's widely suspected that the suspension of, vote counting is because of the violence that they are saying has been leveled at poll staff. In some instances, ballot papers have also been stolen, they say. From what you've observed on the ground, how would you describe the overall atmosphere during the elections, firstly yesterday, and secondly, just the processes that have been followed, following or at least following the suspension of the voting itself at 6 p.m. last night?
Yes, so the atmosphere of voting yesterday was quite calm. There were only few incidences, I think, that were reported. I think those that at least I witnessed and that I at least heard of.
Yeah.
But generally, the atmosphere has been free. Even the civil society organizations that have been monitoring around the country, like Foundation for Democratic Process, issued a statement in the morning to say that it was relatively calm around the country, save for just a few incidences that have been recorded, and just like the one you have mentioned, where videos have emerged that ballot papers have been stolen by unknown people, when even police officers were at that particular polling station, and the incidences where people have been attacked who were agents of these particular political parties, and mostly it is agents of opposition political parties that are being attacked and chased away from polling stations. But generally, the election has been well. It is only hope that even the results, obviously, after they're being after them being announced, the atmosphere will continue. We've recorded, of course, a number of concerns, but obviously the country obviously is hoping for the best.
Right, Arthur, thank you so much. Let's leave it there for now, but I'm sure we'll continue, of course, to get your statements and the latest developments happening there in Zambia for us. That is our correspondent, Arthur Davies Sikopo, joining us live there from Lusaka.
We are on Open Views Audio.